This is a recap for Tuesday, October 5th. So I took a couple screenshots of what we did today. So here's one screenshot. And so I'll just leave that there for a moment. Then I'm going to start this over from scratch. And here's another screenshot of what we did. So subtraction using addition. More screenshots of what we did. You can stop the video at any time and take a look and try to figure it out or form some questions. All right. So let's just open up a whiteboard. Like this. And here's what we did today. We made a connection between subtraction and addition. So subtraction by addition. So if we had 3 minus 1, and let's say that we had green is positive and red is negative. And we drew a picture of it. So that is positive, and that's negative. Then it might look something like this. So we had 3 positives, and we're going to take 1 away. That's what that minus 1 means. So we could just kind of imagine 3 things in our hand, and we take 1 of them away, delete 1, remove 1, however we want to think about it, that's going to equal 2. You can also think of it this way, 3 plus the opposite of this right here. So the opposite of 1 is negative 1. So our picture would change slightly, but it would be similar. We'd have 3, and then to that we would add a negative. And so then we talked about what are called zero pair. So zero pair are a positive balanced with a negative, and that's just 0. So that's called a zero pair. So then we have 2 left over, so that's equal to 2. So then we did more like 2 minus 5. And if we try to draw a picture of that, then we have 2 positives, and then we're supposed to take away 2 negatives. And let's see, it was Wednesday in my 3rd period class came up with a really clever way of doing this. When we get stuck, we do this. So I'm going to get rid of 2 of them, but I'm supposed to get rid of 5, so I'm just going to get rid of them when I figure out how to do it. So then I'll add in those 0 pair. So we're going to add those in, but with every one of those that we put in, we have to balance it with a negative, otherwise we'll change the value. So then what's left over are these 3 negatives. So what a clever way of thinking about that being negative 3. The picture for 2 plus the opposite of 5 looks like this. So 2 of them, and then to that we're going to add 5 negatives, and then we're going to make our 0 pair. There's 1 0 pair, there's another 0 pair, and we have the same amount left over, negative 3. So I'm just going to do a few problems kind of from I'm going to get the puzzle that we worked on today and just do some real quick exchanges. So 4 minus 6, that's the same as 4 plus a negative 6, that's equal to negative 2. 3 minus a negative 1, that's the same as 3 plus 1, that's 4. 4 minus a negative 8, that's the same as 4 plus 8, that's 12. Negative 14 minus 10 is the same as negative 14 plus a negative 10. Oops, that didn't come out very well. Equals negative 24. 30 minus 9, we know the answer is 21. It's the same as 30 plus a negative 9. That's 21. 2 minus 16, that is the same as 2 plus a negative 16. That's negative 14. 35 minus a negative 7 is the same as 35 plus 7. That's 42. And finally, negative 15 minus 5 is the same as negative 15 plus negative 5, which equals negative 20. So that's what we worked on. We also took notes on, I'll show you where to find those notes. If you're following along from a distance, like maybe I know that Aowen, hopefully you're watching this, you can go right here and go to classwork, and we went to Pear Deck, and we took notes today for about a half an hour from these two videos. So I'll show them to you. You go to Pear Deck, and you go to, you might end up on slide 1. Here's slide 2. You click on it, it's going to open up a video in a new window. And you get past the ad, and there's the video. You can listen to it and take notes on it. There's 1, and then go to card 2, or card 3, excuse me, another video. I don't think this one has ads, we'll see. And this is actually not the right one. So let me do it again. Should look like this. I just clicked on somehow the wrong thing. There it is. Alright, so example of how to subtract a decimal whole number from a decimal from a whole number and then end up with a negative amount. And then finally we went to Desmos, and we worked on this week's Desmos, subtracting rational number ladder, and it looks like this. So we did quite a bit today. And you know you're in the right place when the first card looks like that. So that is a recap for Tuesday, October 5th.